Welcome, welcome YouTube family. Welcome back to the Cuckoo Bird. And this is your channel about narcissistic abuse and what it's like having a narcissist in the family dynamic, having narcissist in sibling group, and specifically arguing with a narcissist. Why you shouldn't argue with a narcissist. Not because you can't win, which is true, you cannot win. But the fundamental reason is that you're asking somebody who has an antisocial personality to engage in a pro-social interaction. So that's what it is. Arguing is what pro-social people, you and I, do to let another person know that they've harmed us or they're encroaching on our freedom or our boundaries. And so we do that, and it's just a way of letting the other person know, because they might not know. And typically, if somebody who is a pro-social person like you and me, and they're encroaching or impeding or trampling on our freedom or our boundaries, typically they don't know it. So we let them know, we show them the distress that it's their behavior is causing us, and we come to some sort of compromise, and they come to the realization of what they're doing and the harm they're causing, and we go on from there. They cease the behavior, the conduct, and we're back to being friends or brothers and sisters or whatever the relationship is. That's not the way it works with a narcissist, however. So basically what you'd be doing by arguing with a narcissist is you be engaging or trying to get them to engage in pro-social behavior, and they have an antisocial personality disorder. So you're asking them to engage in something that they can't. So by nature, they have an antisocial personality, and engaging in pro-social behavior is like really quite impossible for them. Narcissist really doesn't care. The narcissist lives sort of like on an animal basis, and they're super concentrated on their own needs. And that's what I mean when I say they live on the animal level, because they actually really do. They're really only concerned about their needs, and so they have to trample on other people's freedom and boundaries to get what they want. It's part of their personality. So trying to argue with a narcissist, the most important reason why you shouldn't is you're asking them to do something that's extremely contrary to their personality. And you're asking a bird not to fly. You're asking a fish not to swim. That's what you're doing. And that is basically a waste of time. But the other reason is that the narcissist is going to become infuriated that you're even questioning their behavior. So they're already in retaliation mode. Not like they're listening to you anyway, but now they're outraged that you're even questioning their supremacy. their entitlement to do whatever they want to do to you. You have to understand that in the eyes of a narcissist, you're an inferior person, and how dare you question my behavior. So while you're conducting this argument, they're retaliating. Of course, there's going to be some typical, deflecting and finger pointing, but mostly it's going to be some mean, condescending, and hurtful stuff directed at you. And when a narcissist retaliates, they're going to bring out the atomic bomb. So if you hit them with a slingshot in retaliation, they're going to bring out something akin to an atom bomb, because that's just how they roll. They have to get back at you, and they have to get back a million times more than what it is they feel or perceive, whether it's real or not, what the offense is that you're inflicting upon them. So it's really a bad idea, because when a pro-social person argues with another person, we're typically balancing getting this person's attention and letting them know that their behavior is affecting you. And yeah, you might say some things that'll get their attention, but you're balancing it on saying, well, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to say that to them, because that might be too hurtful, especially if it's a family member. You know all their secrets, you know their buttons. So if you really wanted to hurt them, you could. And so you're doing this balancing act where you're saying something to get their attention, and something that is going to draw them emotionally, but you're not going to say anything to them. There's certain things that are going to be off limit, and your job is really to get their attention, maybe emotionally, but not to hurt them emotionally. So it's a balancing act. When we argue, pro-social people argue, not so with the narcissist. When the narcissist is arguing, they're bringing out the atomic bomb in whatever it is that they can say to harm you, because remember, they're already in retaliation mode. They're not in argumentative mode. They've already shut you down. They're in the penalty phase, and they'll say anything. And remember, we're talking about a family member now, so they know all your secrets typically. They know what hurts you. And the narcissist is not going to have any mercy on you. Whatever it is that they've come to know that is hurtful to you is what they're going to pull out, and you're not gonna get any result. They're going to continue to breed antisocial, and they're going to continue to trample on your rights, your freedoms, and your boundaries. And they're going to get worse as time goes by. So now that you have the information, you realize that it is really pointless to argue with a narcissist. Does that mean you have to just let them run over you? No, you have to establish boundaries with a narcissist. But if you could tell them, establish your boundaries, if you could do it in writing, that's perfect. By email or by text, that's better. Don't let them just run over you. You have to maintain strict boundaries with a narcissist, but doing it in an argument, establishing those boundaries in an argument, is not the right forum, because, like I said, it's not effective. You're asking them to do something that they really can't do because antisocial. So if you're in person and you want to establish your boundaries and let them know that they have crossed or trampled on a right, a freedom, or a boundary of yours, and you have to do it in person, well, you should do it. However, you're going to have to be really disciplined to resist the temptations to argue with them. So you're going to tell them what you have to tell them. They're going to respond extremely negatively. And you've got to be disciplined just to take it, maybe block them out, and then establish your boundaries. Repeat what you just said, and then amicably get up and leave and not respond to anything that they have to say. But it takes a lot of discipline. And if you don't have to, then why put yourself in that position? So, like I said, it's never a really good idea to argue with the narcissist and let them know that, or establish boundaries with a narcissist by arguing. Email, text. But if you have no choice, like I said, say what you have to say and leave. Don't be tempted to respond. And what I really want to touch on before I close this video is that it really is important to maintain boundaries with a narcissist. And are they going to get better? Are they going to treat you better? Not really. But what you don't want to be to a narcissist is low-hanging fruit. So if you're low-hanging fruit, a narcissist is just going to batter you. But if you constantly reiterate your boundaries, then you're going to exploit something that's a trait of all narcissists, laziness. So they're going to pick on the person that's easy. And they're going to go to town on this person. So if they know that you're not low-hanging fruit, somebody that's just going to let them trample over you, that you're going to constantly reassert your boundaries, then they might choose somebody else. They're lazy. And that's the best that you could hope for. But it's really important because it could be the difference between having peace of mind. We're talking about somebody who's a sibling. So no matter what age, you have to deal with them typically. So, yes, reestablishing, reasserting boundaries are really important. It's just how you do it. And using the pro-social form of argument that we as pro-social people use to establish boundaries, not a good idea, not the best forum. You just have to state it to a narcissist in a letter, in a writing, in an email, text, or like I said, last resort, if you have to do it in person, you're going to have to be disciplined. You have to ignore what they have to say, restate what you have already stated, and leave. So I hope this has been really informative, and I just want you to know that there is hope. Eventually, to learn how to deal with the narcissist, and it doesn't become perfect, no, but you could lessen the effect of their behavior on your life and your state of mind, your happiness. And that's the good news. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscription button and give me a like. It's a new channel and I'm hoping that it catches on. So let's see. Give me a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.